Hi everyone, Gianni Di Poce here with you for TheoTRADE, and today is Tuesday, February 24th, 2026. Well, the bulls have been down, but you can't count them out just yet. We're seeing a nice rally come through, erasing most of the losses from yesterday. Last week we actually saw some positive developments on the internals in the market. We saw the communication sector, XLC, emerge as the top performer. Now, that's the first time in months that we've seen any type of growth sector outperform in the near term, especially on a 1 week interval. But of course, one day, 1 week does not make a trend, but it is a step in the right direction. And it does tell us, like I said, the bulls are down, but they're not out. That being said, there still are bearish pressures in the market. The intraday volatility continues. You can take a look here. The S&P hanging out near the session highs. The NASDAQ is outperforming on the day, which, as I like to say, is a bullish sign. Then, of course, you have semiconductors, the semiconductor index on the verge of its highest daily close in history. And this is coming one day before probably the biggest earnings report of this season, something that could easily make or break this market if the market is looking for a reason to sell off again. Going into the end of the week and into the end of the month, look no further than Nvidia. They will be reporting after the closing bell tomorrow. And, here too, just a massive consolidation going sideways for several months. The NASDAQ and a lot of the big tech stocks topped out in late October, but Nvidia's been trading, in this 30 to 40 point range going back to July of last year. So making a strong argument that it has corrected through time instead of price, which is acceptable as well. And this opens the door for a blow-off rally. I see a lot of commentary out there saying that, oh, hey, we'll have a blow-off top and then you'll see the real pullback. I don't think so, guys. I mean, we are in a period where a bottom could form. I just have not seen enough of a decline when it comes to price to say, hey guys, let's go ahead and get back in. But we are close. We are close to a bottom again. I'm still positioned defensively. I still have my hedges on, still sitting at around 90% cash. But I am ready to pivot and flip back bullish on a dime. And seeing price action like this today, seeing the price action like I saw last week, again, the bulls have been down, but they are not out. The stance has always been long-term bull, intermediate-term bull, short-term risks. And quite frankly, I would still prefer to see a little bit more downside in this market to really shift the sentiment back into a bearish and fearful place. There are some concerns in this environment. Fear levels are starting to creep up, but we have not reached anything near that level of paranoia. You can even take a look here at the Magnificent 10 index. This does not look like something that has bottomed just yet, but Nvidia could change all that. There's especially still weakness in names like Palantir, Microsoft having issues still. There still is a absolute bloodbath in the software space. This doesn't look like it's completed its bottom just yet. But of course, you have stocks like Apple that are seeing really smart rally today. And, it was said for a while that Apple was the loser of the AI arms race. Well, now that, the whole AI narrative is under threat and in some ways falling apart, did Apple win by not playing? That is something that we need to consider. And again, this is arguably, aside from Nvidia, the most important stock in the entire world. And seeing it rally strongly on a day like this gives me some confidence in the bullish case. Maybe not immediately, but in the coming weeks ahead. Again, even if you see the risk off sectors come back into play, like we did yesterday, by the way, you did have, Staples see a nice bid, and they're rallying today as well. Staples, utilities, healthcare. It's not like they're getting hammered. It's just a situation where you have technology up more. You have consumer discretionary up more. Consumer discretionary actually just flipped tech here a moment ago. And then, of course, you also have sectors like industrial seeing nice bids. So these are all good signs. Industrials are still the top performing sector over the last 52 weeks or the last year, but year to date, we're still seeing leadership come from the energy sector. And if it weren't for some of the macroeconomic dynamics right now, I'd be saying, hey, let's get back fully bullish. But you do have oil getting rejected here at resistance. I still have some, runner positions in the energy sector, not an overweight allocation by any means, but you do have bonds still holding up near the highs of the day. We did just roll to the June contract here. And the fact that bonds aren't breaking down is a good sign. And this is actually something that I wanted to see going into a potential market bottom, is because the tech sector loves lower interest rates. Tech does not like high interest rates. Tech does not like high inflation. And so this flight to safety that we've seen play out in the bond market really over the last month since this low of January 20th has been a saving grace, if you will, for the tech sector. Now, the tech sector hasn't necessarily reacted positively just yet in order to give us the all clear, but this had to happen in order for tech to get life breathed back into it. So seeing bonds rally is good for tech. I'd like to see that continue here. Again, I'm still hedged, and I am long bonds. I am long 30-year treasuries here, looking for more upside. Elsewhere in markets, you did see crypto seemingly set to continue its breakdown. It has rallied off the lows of the day, seeing that nice recovery bid in conjunction with stocks. Ethereum also seeing a little bit of a recovery, but still not far from closing at a new low. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Stocks like Hut 8, nice bids today. You do have earnings coming up in a couple of days. It's actually going to be tomorrow in Hut 8. And again, you get a good result and crypto starts rallying. This has really shrugged off the bearishness in the crypto market. I think this is an $80 stock. I don't have a position on it right now, but it is something that I'm watching, waiting for my criteria to be satisfied before I take an entry. Also been looking at stocks like Applied Digital. Coinbase has been absolutely hammered. We are off the lows on that one. It did take out its low from last April. A lot of stocks, looks like the software sector here. It's been commented about how Bitcoin has been trading like the software sector in many names. So, people are attributing it to AI, but, you even go back and look at the Magnificent Seven, their PE premium is back down to levels not seen in nearly a decade. So it's really hard to make an argument that these are overbought at this point. We're just looking for, confirmation and really just a nice thrust that a bottom is complete. AMD seeing a really nice rally today, up over 9%. So there's some good things happening in the semiconductor space. Broadcom holding up above support. And so we shouldn't dismiss the entire sector. Underneath the surface of the greater tech sector, there are some individual names doing well, but these are not big companies. They're kind of flying under the radar. The Trinity terminal is picking up on them. I haven't even necessarily been trading them lately because of the inherent risks due to the concentration of so many stocks at the S&P level. But, those moves are happening. You take a look here at the VIX, you are at the session lows. Again, right now, I would put it in a situation where the burden is on the bears. I would say to make something happen, whether it's going to be Nvidia's earnings, there's geopolitical risk still, Iran, Mexico, crazy things going on in the world as there has been. But the market just digesting those, taking them in stride. And even, precious metals started off the week on a pretty strong note, pulling back a little bit. Mining stocks are still holding up all right. I'd like to see this continue going sideways. I think it would be healthier for the sustainability of the trend for these miners to just go sideways for a time instead of versus, continuing their rally higher or really breaking down. There's a lot of money piling into these. The dollar's been coming back a little bit. You really have to consider now whether the euro has topped out. I think that's a really serious consideration and could actually shift a lot of the dynamics, because for the last 18 months or so, international stocks have outperformed U.S. stocks by a pretty wide margin. Well, I think that could be changing, especially if the dollar has bottomed against the euro, seeing a nice bid in the dollar against the yen. The big loser today is the yen. And, that's another feather in the cap for the bulls, if you will, because for a few weeks there, the yen was surging. And coupled with falling bond yields and rising bond prices, all of the defensive sectors of the market outperforming, now this variable of the yen has kind of gone out the window. So the yen is dropping. The carry trade could be argued that it's back on in the near term, and that's probably why the tech sector has done so well, in the recent session. So you got to keep an eye on this. Again, you're still going into the closing bell. There's still a couple of hours left in the trading day today. And of course, Nvidia's earnings are something that we all need to be paying close attention to. But you're on the verge of the highest daily close. If you can close above 192.51, which was the highest close from the close of January 29th, things get a little bit more serious. So you actually you're right around that area right now. You're about 8 cents above it. So we need to watch this going into the closing bell today. If you close above there, I think it'll give bulls a little bit of courage going into earnings tomorrow. But you get a gap down lower, that could shift the sentiment, send QQQ tumbling. The Nasdaq 100, Russell 2000, still going sideways near the highs. I still think this is going to be a big theme. But when it comes back to the dollar, where are the big opportunities? Around the world, Latin America has been strong. Emerging markets, Latin America still is my favorite region of the world, even more so than Europe. But European markets have been very strong lately as well. So, this is what's going on in this environment right now. And again, it all comes back to Nvidia's earnings. Volatility is still tame, but that can all change very quickly. So that's what I have for today, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you in the TheoTRADE chat room.